dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call the twilight.
I got love for you, no lie. I give my best, I try. Someday we'll touch the sky. You're an angel, look up, baby. Wipe all your tears away. I know it's been crazy, but keep your head up high.
Foot chase through the projects, dodging foreign objects. Street knowledge, I should've went to college. Odds stacked against me, surviving off instinct. 3 blocks from the precinct. Lil' homie caught a case, others lost family members. Product of his environment, projects produce violence in the middle of the streets.
That's how that goes. That's how that goes.
Yeah, it's pretty.
That's how that goes. Welcome to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Kiana.
Oh, and this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka CDAC.
See that?
And we would like to thank y'all for tuning in to help us to redefine what's cool, because smart is
the new
gangster,
baby.
And if you don't know,
now you know.
No. Okay, so I see you came in with your radio voice this morning.
I think I did. No,
I think I did this morning.
I don't. It's Friday. It's raining.
It is. It's a freestyle Friday.
So it's graduation. So it's
so many graduations. Last day of school was yesterday.
I guess.
Yeah. I'm trying to track it too. But yesterday, I guess, was the last day of school, and I appreciate the less traffic. No
I went to
really. Mm-hmm.
I went to graduation yesterday for Bogasiego. So it's at Baycare Sounds, like in Clearwater,
because the Trop is under.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking they could have did better. We could have had it at Mahaffey Theater.
Okay.
It didn't
have
to be way out there. It was one way in, one way out.
Okay.
So we feel like a herd of like cattle trying to get out. Mm-hmm. You have to walk 2 country miles to get to the venue because they got the police blocking off getting closer.
Right.
There. Now the good thing is it had wind.
Okay, you got a breeze.
You definitely had a breeze. That was like the plus of it. I mean, it's a nice venue, I'm not gonna lie, but I would prefer not to do graduation out there.
Okay. And I saw a video of a fight at the Northeast High graduation.
I guess there was and I think there was a fight at Bogies too afterwards too.
So you didn't stick around for that?
Listen, so I had my client with me, and and she had to use the restroom, and she was like, "I gotta go." And mind you, so she walked slow already.
Okay.
So now I'm trying to maneuver
through this crowd.
It's hot,
Right.
To just. So I went straight to the car.
Okay, so you missed. Well, that's good.
You listen,
never know how those things could turn out.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
And so
Whew. Wow.
And so there's more graduations today.
Okay, probably will be more security and more something.
I mean, there was police out there anyway.
They just on site type stuff.
It's kind of like when you have a whole bunch of people
and
there's no really direction. Like when you see. And I'm not making any excuses. Sure. It's just people trample over people. People trying to move. Like, it's just, it's a lot. Like, if they had more, like, for it to be a free event, they should have just had, like, more openings for people to just walk out.
Okay. And not I could corral you and have you go this one way,
right,
one direction type stuff.
Because like they have the security where like you walk in to go through, and that's the only place. And I can understand that coming in.
Okay. Yeah, because you're getting whatever you.
Yeah, and if you don't have nothing else, and I don't,
and on the way out, let them go.
Let them go if you can.
Yeah.
But see, I don't know if they can.
Okay, gotcha.
I didn't pay attention, but I'm assuming you got to have other exits.
I hear that. Wow.
But yeah, that's my little thing.
Graduation season, y'all. And we want to thank Super Dave, man. Super Dave, we appreciate you for that morning mix that you put together for the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club for our Freestyle Fridays. And y'all can catch Super Dave High Energy Music Mix, man, every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday for the Old School Flavor Show from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. right here on 99 Jam. The Bird.
The Bird.
The Bird. So I got a would you rather.
Oh, would you rather? Go ahead.
Would you rather? Would you rather? Would you rather never argue again or always make up quickly after a disagreement?
I'm gonna go with B, Alex.
Okay.
I regret
make up quickly.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like to, I don't believe in never arguing, but I don't think that you have to scream to have a disagreement.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, I don't like people think that arguing is, cussing you out, doing all that other stuff. No, I think if you never argue or never have a disagreement, in my mind, it's somebody lying in a relationship.
Yeah, I unite with that. So here's because I figured this and I thought about that too, right? There's a distinct difference between a disagreement and an argument.
Okay, let's talk about that then.
So a disagreement is a difference in opinion or belief.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be emotional or confrontational.
Mm-hmm.
Examples: I believe we should save more money. I disagree. I think we should invest it instead. The tone is usually calm, logical. The goal is to understand different perspectives, and it can be respectful and productive. Now, an argument is a disagreement that becomes more intense, often emotional or confrontational. It may involve raised voices, strong language, or, here's your thing, attempts to win the discussion. So when you arguing, you're trying to win. When you're disagreeing, you're just trying to understand, or share a different perspective. And so the main thing, I guess, is that a disagreement doesn't have to become an argument. So choosing peace and clarity and understanding without all of the drama. So I'm on the never argue side of that.
Oh, I'm then. If you break it down like that, I'm on the never argue. I don't want to argue with it. You
want to argue.
You mad? I ain't mad at you. You want to argue? No, I'm with you on that. Yeah. I ain't even gonna lie. But you want me to tell you is that I don't care how you come at people. Sometimes, it still becomes an argument because people perceive things
right
the way they want to perceive it. Like I intentionally try not to bring up anything that I have a problem with in the heat of the moment.
Okay, yeah.
Now I'm very intentional. Now I'm not.
Timing is everything.
I listen. Yeah. I try my best. I'm not perfect, so I definitely got an argument. But I really be like, hey, like I didn't like that, and that may be like the next day.
Okay.
And a matter of fact, so we was talking about this. This is crazy to come up. Yeah. We was talking about this last night at dinner.
Okay.
About communication and just comprehension and like talking.
Those two things.
Yeah, because we always say that you need to communicate.
Okay.
Right. But if your partner or whoever is not comprehending, it don't matter what you say.
Well, let me see now. Because communication, I remember reading one definition where it says communication is the exchange of ideas between two people.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's one of the definitions. And so it's exchanging.
Yeah.
So it's a two-way thing when we talk about communication. So if they're not comprehending, that's in the communication course that I took, it says it's duplication. Because when you sending out the idea, you communicating or expressing the idea, and you want them to duplicate it, which is comprehend. And if they're not duplicating it, then it may be a few things. They may not be listening. It's like all kind of things, or the way you say it. So it's a whole lot that goes
however
into
the case may be. If
they're not picking up what you're putting down,
they're not. There's a problem.
Yeah, it's a communication breakdown.
Right. So and you need willingness.
Yeah,
you need willingness.
But again, that's whose responsibility is it for the other person to comprehend? Like, is it your responsibility to make them understand what you're saying?
I think it lies. That's a good question. You know, like if I take responsibility of trying to communicate and give a clarity of what I'm saying.
Right.
Right. At one, the question is when is the time that you stop?
Wait, stop communicating? Or
Stop
talking? Or
stop trying
to
to
the
get
other
people
person
to
understand?
yes.
I don't think you ever stop trying.
Okay.
I mean, it's just you just pause sometime. There's a pause protocol where you just like take a break. But I mean, ain't that's kind of the fundamental of life, like understanding and.
But you some things you walk away from.
That.
You know what I mean? Like some things
okay.
you some things like you be like this shit. Oh, excuse me.
It's Freestyle Friday, y'all.
you could be at work and you like it's just not working.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You tried, you brung the different tools in. You got everything in your toolbox and you bringing it out.
Using every tool you got. Yeah. You got the Phillips, you got the flathead, you got the butter knife,
you
got
even
everything.
You even ask for somebody else. Look at your toolbox. What can I use? And when it's not working,
9/16 over there, right?
They always say, what's the difference from insanity?
Okay.
And courage.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's just the outcome.
Yeah.
Like, if you stick it in and the outcome become what you wanted, then you was
courageous and bold.
Yeah, and all of that.
Wise.
But if you stuck it out and you became the donkey, then you the fool. You did it.
Wow.
You did the same thing in each one, and the outcome was different. That's like the boiled egg.
Good morning, Tiffany.
Good morning, Tiffany.
So tell me about the boiled egg, man.
Like the boiled egg and the potato.
Okay.
In the water.
I got you. Same water, same environment. One makes one
hard and one make one soft.
Okay. I got you. I got you. So, Tiffany, the question for the Would You Rather today is, would you rather never argue again or always make up quickly after every disagreement? And there it is. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that.
I do what I can when I can.
I appreciate that. So disagreements are healthy. Arguments are optional, is what it says here.
Yeah. No, I think disagreements are definitely healthy. Mm-hmm. I do think we live in a society where we have told that chaos and toxicity is normal. And that if you love somebody, it has to be toxic in some type of way. And it has to be chaotic. Like if you ain't fighting for me, you ain't doing this, it is
that's not love.
That's not love. You hear it say, what was this like? Nothing good comes without a fight. You hear all of that?
I mean, it's context matters though, right?
Yeah, but when you say that, you put in the mind that you have to go through this struggle love.
Okay, struggle love. That's what you call it?
I guess.
Struggle love.
It just came out like that.
So, choosing not to argue is a strength, not a weakness.
Right.
Because you can choose to not argue, right?
Right. But sometimes people like push you there to argue.
Okay.
Like even if you try not to.
Yeah.
That's
when you have to use your self-control and your emotional intelligence and all of that and being
people know aware. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's it. Being aware.
But I think people the closest to you know your buttons.
They do.
And so they take you there like no other. Good morning, Debbie.
Yay. She said you have to be able to pick and choose your argument, like what's worth arguing over.
And everything is not worth arguing. Like you don't have to make a point. Like some stuff ain't worth arguing. But I will tell you, whatever you accept at the beginning, becomes the things that you no longer can accept at the end.
If you have to accept it. So what about compromise? That's the thing. Compromise in relationships is real and healthy and
you have
necessary, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So. Is that the same thing as accepting?
Let's say not accept what you tolerate.
Okay.
Let's change that word to tolerate.
Yeah, tolerate, because there's a cap to tolerance.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. And if you tolerating it at the beginning and then it continues, you're going to reach the top of that tolerance.
Yes.
And then that's when you're going to want to make changes.
Right.
But now it's become a habit or a
Or
pattern.
or something
Yeah.
like, and it's really hard to,
To make that adjustment.
Yeah,
So-
but I believe in compromise. I
Okay.
definitely believe in compromise. I believe that when two people get together, everybody has their own idea of what relationships look like. Even if yours align with each other, y'all still have other, because it ain't even gray, it's colorful.
Yeah. There's all kind of colors.
It's all
a
types.
spectrum.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
And you gotta be intentional about that. And so I value like dinner time.
Okay.
Like I value like you setting out a time every day.
Yeah.
That like you are intentional about spending time with somebody.
Okay.
It doesn't.
That's healthy. Yeah.
And not necessarily we're having a conversation. Cause sometimes at dinner time you just sitting up there,
If the food good, you ain't really talking a whole lot anyway.
We just together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm right.
Yeah. I hear that. So just because someone raises their voice, does that mean you have to?
No.
Mm-hmm. How do you keep from doing that?
Sometimes I go lower.
So it's like rah, 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 rah.
We're not doing that.
Oh. Rah.
Come on.
And you'll never like respond to that?
I mean, somehow you do. You're all human, but you
is that the match energy thing, or just so? Here's the thing.
Okay, go ahead.
Matching energy or managing your own.
Both.
Okay. Matching energy or managing your own.
This real life.
Both, yeah. It's
real life. Some people some people I need to match your energy.
Okay, I got
right.
You.
Even if I don't like, because some people think he's soft out here.
Oh man. You must have saw the notes because we got to ask Kiana on that.
Oh my Lord, no.
Today's Ask Kiana is about a guy dealing with a woman who think he's soft.
Oh dang! So no,
yeah.
But no. Like I sometimes you need to match energy. Okay. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes in all aspects you need to manage your energy.
Yeah.
Even when you're matching energy, like
when you're matching it, you're still managing.
You still managing.
You're not out of control.
Right? Don't get out of control. Don't be out here.
Okay. That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
I saw the pictures from the all-white party. Did you see them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what you think? I saw Bo. I'm just saying because I saw Bo post.
Yeah.
he was like poking the bear.
Oh, I didn't see what his post said.
I saw the all-white party photos.
Mm-hmm.
The decor was amazing, but y'all looked a mess.
Oh, Bo. So you know what? He talking about his friends, his family, his cousins, and his baby mom. Bo is hilariously funny, right?
Yeah,
oh my God!
I thought that was the funniest thing ever.
I thought it was. He talking about the cord was a top like always.
Yeah. But y'all look a mess.
Y'all look a mess.
No, it looked good. It looked like it was a great event. I mean, from what I saw.
So if you all white organizers, because they said that they outgrown the armor.
Okay.
Possibly.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say
what's next? The Coliseum? Is that what
they did the all black at the Coliseum?
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know how that because they could have circled back there because there's air at the Coliseum.
Yeah. But when we get together, it's gonna be hot.
But I'm just saying, but it's cooler at the Coliseum.
Yeah, they actually have air. and I saw Darren Holloway. He's doing a event. I think a Southern Soul type event, and he did a live saying, I should be promoting the event, but I'm just here to tell y'all we got air.
Yeah.
We bought and purchased air because they don't have air. And so he showed the invoice saying that, they
at the Coliseum at the
Armory. Yeah.
But see, that's the thing I was gonna say. Yeah. I said that earlier this week.
Yeah.
You should have put in it wouldn't have cost nothing. Well, it would have cost something.
Yeah.
But it would have been 100% worth it.
Okay, I seen a notification that just said it's 8:00, so we got to take a quick break, y'all. And then when we come back after the break, we got some headline news. We got some what's going on in St. Pete. We also have an Ask Kiana question and lots of upcoming community events. So y'all make sure that y'all stick around. We'll be right back at about 6-7 minutes after the hour with the Tampa Bay Breakfast.
And thanks for the stars, Tiffany.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Tangible support.
I got love for you, no lie. I give my best, I try. Someday we'll touch the sky. You're an angel, little baby. Wipe all your tears away. I know it's been crazy, but keep your head up high.
Foot chase through the projects, dodging foreign objects. Street knowledge, I should've went to college. Odds stacked against me, surviving off instinct. 3 blocks from the precinct. Lil' homie caught a case, others lost family members. Product of his environment, projects produce violence in the middle of the streets, cause that's how we eat. Just a rap about the trap don't mean I ain't about peace.
We must stand together, all together as one. United we must stand together, fighting for each other till our race is done. United we must stand together, under God we are one. We must fly to the sun every day, fight for peace, not destroying our dreams.
Peace in the streets, love to my brothers, love to my sisters. We all need each other. Children need their mothers and they need their dads. Taking a life that don't make you bad. The fact that you do that is so sad. Pocket watching, plotting on another man's cash. Pick up a book instead of picking up a gun. Increase your knowledge and that'll increase your funds. If everyone succeeds, then crime would decrease and people would live instead of resting in peace. Unity, that's what we need. Stand up and be a positive force in the community.
We are one, we must fly to the sun every day, fight for peace, not destroying our dreams. We must stand together,
Must stand
all
together
together as one.
as one people.
United we must
United
stand
we shall rise.
fighting for
And you fight for me
till our race is
till we
done.
see God.
United we must
United
stand
we will rise.
together.
Clap with me.
Under
Clap.
God, we
Clap.
are one.
Yes, sir.
We must
Clap.
fly to the
Clap.
sun.
G beat on the
Every
track,
day,
man, and I
fight
mean
for
this is from the
peace,
heart.
not destroying
Back and
our
forth to
dreams.
prison, cause my position in the ghetto is wishing. My dreams was in my hand, man, instead of so distant. Violent crimes on my record, showing judges I'm reckless. Yes, they think I'm rich and young, like Young and the Restless. Every time I see a young brother rich in peace, got to be the only time when I watch TV. Cause the struggling and suffering is all I see. Besides muscling and hustling at war with heat, I point the finger at the devil, boy, for taking my peace. Cause the only way to live is to take to the streets. But they rate me as a villain for the killing and dealing. For what? My last resort to make me a living. I don't give a damn, tell them so what. I'm gonna survive even if they threaten me with life. The arms of poverty held tight, making life a fight. But in the sky, we got to unite. Keep your head in the sky.
We must stand together, all together as one. United we must stand together, fighting for each other till our race is done. United we must stand together. Under God we are one. We must fly to the sun every day, fight for peace, not destroying our dreams. We must stand together, all together as one. United we must stand together.
municipal worker operating a water well near Lebanon's border with Israel.
Agape Soul Boutique. High-end boutique looks and quality with affordable pricing. Located at 6025 Martin Luther King Street South in St. Pete. Choose from our amazing selection of stylish, fashion-forward heels, wedges, boots, children's shoes, accessories, and much more. You can shop now and pay later, interest-free with Afterpay. Subscribe to our website and get huge savings on our latest products at agapesoulboutique.com. For more information, call 727-379-1318. Come give your feet the royal treatment and check us out at Agape Soul Boutique today.
They should accept.
Just like that.
We are back.
We are back. We are back.
Back. What's good?
Okay, welcome to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club.
Yeah, I'm your brother John.
And this is Kiana.
And this program is brought to you as part of the New Image Project, other community development and training center, aka CDAT.
See that.
And we'd like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool, because smart is
the new
gangster.
Baby.
And if you don't know,
now you know. So it's Freestyle Friday, right?
Yes, it is.
So when I just said, see that, it's somebody who came down my timeline, right?
Okay.
And her name is Smoke the Creator, right?
Okay, Smoke the Creator. Shout out to Smoke. What's
well,
good?
I don't know where Smoke is at now.
Okay.
And Smoke has like a weird tone. Like she talks really slow. She'll be like, the universe is telling you so, but like, so I listened. I got caught up.
So
like,
she's intentional.
She's like really.
Every word matters. Yeah,
she's really. She's one of them super woke people, right?
Yeah, I know some people like that.
But what happened is, which is so funny, and I show everybody who come and remind me to show you this at the end. Her tagline is "This Smoke the Creator," and I don't mean.
Oh my God.
I don't mean.
Okay.
Right.
Go ahead, Smoke. Smoke says she don't miss.
Right. So it's so funny. Right?
Yeah.
Every time
but it sticks.
they stick with me. Yeah.
Wow. So, Miss Debbie, we saw your comment about what's happening over at Job Corps. Appreciate that. Thank you for letting us know what's going on. If you want to give us a call, and you know, let's talk about it. It's Freestyle Friday, so the lines are open. You can give us a call, 727-637-2416. And let's talk about that.
Dang, July 30th?
Yeah.
They come quick.
Well, that's
when you don't have money to pay for the payroll.
Yeah, that's it. It comes quick. And so let's definitely have a conversation about that, Miss Debbie, because that's something that's really important, and we want to make sure that we understand what's happening and that the people know what's going on and why it matters. Also, talking about what's happening, what's going on, I wanted to really give a shout out to Rakesha Fuller and Keyshawn's Corner. And so there's a youth mental health awareness and suicide prevention resource fair. It's by Keyshawn's Corner. It's the second annual youth mental health resource fair. The theme is 613, and it's on Saturday actually, June 14th at 10 from 10 to 2 at Lake Vista. And there's going to be a DJ, free food, a remembrance walk, community resources, workshop, and support services also are available. It's a powerful gathering, free and open to all, designed to raise awareness, reduce the stigma, and support youth and families dealing with mental health challenges and suicide prevention. It's also a chance to connect and learn and heal together. So y'all please go to Keyshawn'sCorner.org, and that's Keyshawn's Corner with the K.org for more information and to sign up. Yeah.
So while you saying that, hey, get your tickets.
Yep.
again, Southern Soul
Mhm.
this Thursday, Boots on the Ground. We're performing live 803 Fresh.
That's the man himself. That's the voice you hear.
Brilliant.
Boots on the ground.
Yeah. Now, do you know what? It's so funny. You know, it's because he's a guy.
Okay.
And you know, he got gold in his mouth and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Boo, 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 boo. And it's an argument if guys should be with the fans.
I don't think so. Not with the hip twisting. And,
But it's a man that's saying it.
but this a man that's saying, you know, don't stop, get it too.
Don't stop, get it.
So yeah.
Okay. I'm with you. I don't know. Pop that.
Yeah.
Pop, pop that.
You know, give me to throw that on that side of the album. Don't give me to pop that side. So he got to come up with a.
I got my boots on the ground.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do everything but the fans.
But you know what?
We actually had a what the people say on that.
But you want me to tell you, like, you do it because there's always a dance where it's more feminine. You can make anything feminine or masculine, and it's just how you move with it. Because I see a lot of guys that do it.
Yeah.
And boom, boom, and
it's still groovy.
It's actually sexy. Like if you get, like, I like to see a guy with his boots on, like not even just with this, and do like the line dancing, and they got their own little swag, like you know when they hold they belt buckle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our radio audience, y'all can't see that. So, if you would have seen it, the belt buckle shuffle, right?
It's just something a little sexy about it. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, there you have it. Kiana has spoken.
I'm telling you, because they be. I love a good line dance, right?
Yeah.
I love the music. And like to see people go out there, and then to see men like to come out there. Like I like men who like to have fun.
Yeah,
like who to get out there and like throw everything to the wind, caution to the wind, and get out there and just groove. Like those couples who be out there in their own world dancing with each other.
Yes.
I love to see that.
That is amazing. I'm with you on that. I agree. I'm just you won't catch me popping a fan. I might grab my belt buckle though and do the little thing.
See, look, little shimmy.
Do a little shimmy.
But see, once you start doing the little shimmy, you'll figure out how to do the belt buckle, like do the fan
too.
So my son is gearing up for his show, right?
Okay.
In Atlanta, and this is a big show. It's actually on the 5th, a matter of fact.
Okay.
In Atlanta, and Red Bull is like sponsoring it. And mind you, he like 6'4", so he tall.
Okay. Yep.
And so he's not a dancer.
Okay.
Right. So, but he's been taking these dance classes.
Oh.
And you know,
that's good. Though.
Yeah, it is.
Investing in your craft. Yeah.
Right, which is amazing. So he's sending me videos. He's like, "Mom, I'm not with it." So I'm looking at it and I'm like, "No, you like," and I'm just telling him because he's not a dancer. I'm like, learn the routine first and then put your own swag in it.
Right.
Because the thing about anything, it's about confidence.
That's right.
Right. And so like what happened is it was a little bit more flamboyant, the dance, than he would like it to be. Okay. You know, because and I'm telling him like
just learn it.
Learn what you can, and then when you do it, you then put the masculine part in it.
That's like my electric slide. See, my electric slide is.
I don't know what your electric slide look like.
Yeah, I have to show it to you one of these days. But
it's the boots.
No, it ain't that. You might have to incorporate that. We can incorporate some of that. So have you gotten your first bill of the summer electric bill yet?
So let me tell you this. I just paid an electric bill. That was ridiculous.
That's what I'm asking. Yeah.
And I think like I hate being an adult.
Okay. Should have took your parents' advice and stayed in the child's place?
Yes. And sometimes I think my room is still at my mother's house.
Okay.
Sometimes I'd be like, you know, I could just pack up.
Okay.
And just move back down.
Just go ahead and make it easy for everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah. Like
until it ain't.
Pool our resources. Yeah.
You know, if I had, but no,
Teresa, good morning.
The electric bill is ridiculous. The water bill is ridiculous. The cable bill is ridiculous.
All the bills.
Yes.
Yeah. And so here's some tips on how to save. So definitely, no know that the summer is coming. It's hot already, and Monday was like the official kickoff to the summer season. And so get ready for sticker shock. The electric bills are expected to rise by 15% this summer.
I can't afford it already. I can't afford it. I can't afford it already.
Whatever 15% is, I can't handle it.
It ain't in my budget.
It ain't in my budget. I'm already maxed out right now.
And listen, all the federal grants are getting pulled, so you can't even call nobody to help you with the 15.
No more lie heap. All of that stuff is out the window. But they're saying it's due to higher demand and higher fuel costs. Here's a couple tips on how you can save. They said use a programmable thermostat. And so, just program it so that it set itself and not, where you messing with it all the time. That's one of the ways.
But I got an old school thermostat and I like that idea.
Who controls it? Because
I do.
Okay. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't bother with it. Yeah.
I'm the only one person that get hot or cold in this house.
Oh, I love it. I'm not exactly that way, but I'm kind of that way too.
It's funny, but
that's the truth though. Yeah, like don't you what?
Every morning, but you know what? In the morning, I get up. Like at night, I like it when we're at the house. To be honest, like I like it cool.
Yeah.
But during the day, it go up to
Yeah. What you on? What's your setting?
Like 75.
Okay.
75 is like
that sounds about right.
75 during the day, and it kind of.
And then you'll drop it at night.
Yeah. Okay. It's about 70.
Oh, that's cold.
Yeah.
Like,
so this is. It is. It's very cold, right? I ain't gonna lie. But in my room, and this is the reason why, is that the vent is weird.
Okay.
So it's not cold in my room.
Okay. So you got to have the 70
to kind of push in.
I got
and
you.
So
So that's one of them. It says use a programmable thermostat. Also run appliances during cooler hours. And so like if you got to do laundry or that kind of stuff, it's saying don't do it while it's hot because your AC is already doing this thing. And now you got the dryer, you got the washing machine, you got like all of these other things. And so try to do that. Also switching to LED light bulbs. I don't know who wouldn't have LED bulbs at this point. Yeah, but switching to that. And then sealing your windows and doors to prevent leaks because you'd be amazed.
I think so now that's what I really do need to do.
Yeah.
Like is do some sealing, and I might like this summer I would like to upgrade my front door.
Okay. Yep.
And do the framework on there. In there and make sure that there's no gaps and stuff like that. There's
that makes a big difference.
Right. I'm thinking a little small things like that I would,
Yeah. So those are some ways that you can save on your electric bill because you're right. A lot of these programs are being cut. We just seen it in the chat, Miss Debbie. Also, to your point, water bills in St. Pete will be rising. So St. Pete residents can expect an increase in their water and sewer bills starting, drum roll please, July 1st.
I thought that already started.
No, it started. Yeah, feels like it. Every year, actually, it's I think it was maybe like a 6 or 7% increase.
That's crazy.
Every year for the next so many years to pay for some of the infrastructure needs that the city has. But
so can y'all take it out now since y'all not giving that money to the race?
Ask your council member.
Yeah, let's figure
that out. But I'm thinking like, So city officials say the hike is needed to fund critical infrastructure repairs and environmental improvements. So a typical household could see their monthly bill rise by $6 to $12 depending on your usage.
That don't sound like a lot, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't sound like a lot. And I'm gonna knock on wood. And I would say I'm blessed enough that I can afford my bills.
Yeah.
Right. Let me thank God. Because like I mean I make jokes on here, but I am uber grateful that like I never walk in my house and I don't have to work.
Ain't trying to figure out like
my worry is that I don't want to do it. Like I'm like, but thank God that I have the money to do.
But you can do it. It's like doing that extra push up. I got one more in me, but it took me some.
But there's a lot of people who can't say that. And you know what I mean? And now that the resources are being more limited for those people, you know. But hey, just because I can do it, don't mean that it don't get hard.
Yeah, that don't mean that you want to do it.
I don't want to do it, and it ain't don't mean that it ain't, because, like I said, my light bill was really unexpected. Like it was double what I typically pay.
Okay.
And so
double is not 15%.
No, it wasn't.
But they saying it's supposed to go up by 15%. And I see them, they just came and got us underground. You know, they've been doing the underground and
then messing up your grass and coming in there. Everybody coming there putting them. Why? I don't want the color flags.
Yeah.
I don't want the green spray, the orange spray.
Come on, handle what you gotta handle and get on with it.
And then on top of that, you know, once you come. Ain't you supposed to leave? I'm just thinking, when you come, you should at least put it back how you found it.
That's what my mama said. Yeah.
Like, if you come, I didn't put them flags in there. When you leave, take them flags.
Take them with you, right? Because they gone and ain't back for months, and them flags still there. Yeah.
Take them flags. I didn't ask for them. I didn't want them. A matter of fact, bring a water hose too. I didn't want the orange spray on my yard either.
Okay.
If you ain't using it for nothing, I don't even want to know you was there.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And see what my meter is. Like I had to get the guys when they came. They came out and they had to come on my back porch. And so, you know, the Ring camera going off and I'm going on these dudes I'm like, what y'all doing? Like, I ain't get no knock. Y'all just like, come on, like, putting yourself you putting yourself in danger
because your space is open.
Yeah. And so they just pull up, and that's the other part of it. So when they're doing work all down the street, like my yard is the parking spot for the trucks and the cars and the workers. You know what I'm saying? And then, like they have been good about asking though, but just when they came to do it, they didn't get permission, and I was a little rough with them on that. But yeah, so get ready, y'all. The summer electric bills as well as the water bills will be going up starting July 1st. Another thing that I saw was about this. You remember at the beginning of the year when they were talking about the student loan defaults and how they were getting ready to end the grace period and resume collections? Yes. Well, when America catches a cold, Black people catch pneumonia, right? So as of May 2025, Black Americans continue to face significant challenges with student loan debt. Data indicates that 50% of Black borrowers have defaulted on their student loans compared to 29% of white borrowers. Furthermore, 74% of Black borrowers have defaulted, have done so more than once, and is highlighting systemic issues in the loan repayment structures. Factors contributing to this disparity include the racial wealth gap, underemployment, and higher borrowing rates because they charge us higher rates.
They do. Listen, sign up for one class a semester.
Let you do that. Just do it that way.
Because as long as you're in school, you
ain't got to really worry about all the
sign up for one class a semester. I don't know what you take it. But just sign up for one class. Sign up for one class. Yeah. I'm in school. What you mean?
Yeah.
I'm in school. What you mean?
So you don't have to pay as long as you're still in school.
I'm in school.
Okay.
Because your loans don't.
So that's why, because I got people I know been in school since we left school. We almost 50 now. They're still in school. Got 4-5 degrees.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, okay, so that's a strategy. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. And there's more information about that. It's the World in Black Pew is the one who did the study. And it was basically saying that, you know, there's some systemic issues that have contributed to Black people not being able to keep up with those payments.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy. Now, I don't think so. This is going to like completely change.
Sure. It's Freestyle Friday.
It is Freestyle Friday. I saw a disturbing video.
Okay.
Right. And I'm going to say that I'm probably not going to say the person's name. Y'all, a lot of people seen the video. And I feel like
I'm finna find my allegedly.
No, this ain't alleged. No,
take that down.
Take that down.
It really happened.
It really happened.
You really saw the video.
I really saw the video.
Right. There's no person. I hear that. Okay.
And I don't know the family that it happened to. Let me say this. I saw a video of a girl with disabilities being abused by her caregiver. And I'm going to say I take this very personal because this is my industry. Like I do a lot of stuff. My hands is a lot of places, but this is the job that I do. That's my labor of love for the majority part of it. I do this strictly because I love my clients.
Right.
And I like to be the voice for the voiceless. And to see that somebody entrusted their child to you and you break that trust. I don't see how, especially a child.
Yeah.
How do you go there?
Yeah.
How do somebody who really can't do nothing for you? And the child was nonverbal. This makes you can't other than giving tools to kind of say, kind of, because you can teach a nonverbal person how to communicate.
Sure.
But she may have been at the most maybe 8 in nonverbal. You know what I mean? And so it's very sad to see something like that.
Man, my cuz on. What's good,
hey,
cuz? Gene Barnes.
Yeah, but I saw it and it was very disturbing. I want to tell you, if you have people that's disabled and they're in the system, there's a lot of good people that work in here, and then there's some people that's bad.
Yeah.
And cameras.
How do you address that? Like, is it more screening? Is it, what do you do?
So it's hard. What that mama did.
Had
cameras in the house.
So she must have already suspected something for her to do that.
Maybe, and it may have been because she sleeps in her room, and they might, things may happen, and so they have a camera in there all the time. Not getting the camera to think that somebody was going to hurt her baby.
Okay.
Getting the camera just in case something happened while they're in the house. There's many reasons.
Okay, that you would have a camera, but it was good that she had it because she was able to catch.
She was catching.
Yeah.
And the thing is people can sell you they interview all day.
Right.
When you hire people interview well.
Wow.
But so I'm with my client, a matter of fact, yesterday, and it's so funny. The video came up, and now she said, "Oh, that's abuse."
Oh, she saw it. Yeah.
She was like, I put, because it came, you know how like you get something, you look at it.
Yeah.
She hears the baby kind of like crying and stuff, and then because she's so nosy, stick her hand up.
My phone.
Right, but she always want to know everything, but that's fine.
Right.
She said, "Oh, that's abuse."
Wow.
She needs to go to jail.
And she did.
I said, "Don't worry." And she went on a rant on what abuse is. And so I'm gonna say this is that if you can teach your children, your adults, anybody with disability, what that looks like.
Yeah. So that they know how to report it and understand, like, this is not okay. This is not.
And you can always tell in different moods too, when typically your child is happy and somebody else is coming around and they're not so joyful, they may be crying. You see the tenseness in them. Even if they cannot physically talk to you, there are signs. And if you see a change, if you see a change in their behavior, you could tell that something's different. Like my clients, I kind of have all my clients kind of was probably like the bad apple of the bunch.
Okay.
And but I done kind of changed that, because with my program, what I do is for all my clients, I figure out what their likes, their dislike, and I do my program around them, and not the other way around.
Right.
Like I don't
trying to have them fitting into like what I got going on. Like what do you need? Because that's care.
Yes.
That's the part of caregiving that is lost a lot of time is care.
Right.
Because I see that, I see the post, like, if you don't want to be a nurse, if you don't like people, don't become a nurse.
You shouldn't.
Don't be a CNA if you don't like people, like all of those things that come up, because it's like you're giving care to somebody who, if they could, they would do it themselves.
Right.
Like most people want to do things for themselves. They don't want to have somebody doing something for them. So the compassion and the care that go with that, is necessary.
And you're all, so I'm going to tell you, take a deep breath. We're all human. We all get frustrated.
Sure.
Listen, I done had the worst of it. Like my client done swung on me, caught me off guard.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I done had that, but again.
Is that a disagreement on argument? Moving right along.
No,
I hear that. But I mean, again, my wife, has given me stories too, and she'll come. But she is the consummate caregiver. Like she loves what she does.
I do. Like if you see me with like my clients go everywhere with me.
Yeah.
Like if they want to go, and we have a lot of fun.
We don't like this. Oh my God.
Like they become family. Like they be
canvassed and
they do it all.
Tabled at events together and everything.
And they want to go.
And
they want to be out in the community.
Right,
They want to be. Oh, you know what I mean. They want to feel as normal as possible. You know?
One of them Florida rising shirts that we really got a bunch of them. So as we're talking about abuse, I want to get into this Ask Kiana while we have have some time. And for those who don't know, Ask Kiana is being brought to you by the One Community Grocery Co-op. The One Community Grocery Co-op is an amazing opportunity for us to own and control the food that's in our community. You can learn more and you can join the Community Grocery Co-op by going to www.ocgc.coop. And they are the sponsor of the Ask Kiana segment. So,
and y'all see, look, you see the new ads coming up, right? You see how we're promoting?
Yep.
If you want
stuff like this, look right there.
Boom.
Southern Soul. Boom.
Boom, 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 boom.
OCGC. Boom. T-shirts corner. Boom. You can put your business there too.
Yes.
Just inbox us, let us know. We'll give you the rate. And I bet you nobody can beat our rates.
I bet you that too.
I bet you. Now we ain't gonna match nobody else's rates, but I know.
And don't come with no hey.
Yeah, because if you're gonna pay premium prices for corporate, you can do that with community as well.
And because we love you.
Yeah, we really do. Corporate don't care nothing about you.
We really want you to win.
We really do want you to win.
And we know you. Like
see you all the time. That's why we look at you sideways when we know you spent all that money with somebody else, and
then you listening to us.
Right. Talking about y'all ain't shout me out. But anyway.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you to OCGC. It is Freestyle Friday. So ask Kiana. She says I'm soft because I won't hit her back. Here's the letter. Kiana. This is serious too. Kiana, I need your help because I'm in a situation I never thought I'd be in. And I don't know what to do. I've been with my girlfriend for a little over a year. At first, things were cool. But now she's becoming controlling, verbally abusive, and even physically violent. She yells, hits me, throws things, and has no problem putting her hands on me when she gets mad. I was raised to never hit a woman, and I live by that. I never laid a finger on her. But now she calls me soft and even a P.sy because I won't fight her back. It's like she's testing me, trying to push me to the edge just because she knows I won't retaliate. I'm tired, Kiana. I feel disrespected, worn down, and ashamed, even though I know I've done nothing wrong. I love her, but this ain't love. Still, walking away isn't easy. I don't know how to protect myself, and I don't feel like there's space for men to talk about being abused without people laughing or dismissing it. What would you say to someone like me? What should I do next?
So I'm going to tell you, abuse across the board is not funny. I don't care if a man is doing it or the woman is doing it. I will tell you, kudos to you, because I do stand by men shouldn't be hitting women.
Yeah.
Right now.
Okay.
It is some gray there.
Okay.
It's like if somebody about to stab you or do something, you need to need to protect yourself. There is some gray.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say on the most than not, you need to just walk away. But I'm going to tell you, like, it sounds like there's no respect in your household whatsoever. And that type of disrespect, I hate to say it, leave.
Okay. Yeah.
Because
that's big for you.
Yeah, because you know I don't subscribe to telling anybody to leave their relationship. And then I'm going to tell you this is that she needs help. Because in her idea, this is her form of love.
Okay. Yeah. We talked about that earlier. Yeah.
This is her form of love. Like this
That's
chaotic.
How she expresses her love.
This is how she shows. Like if I'm not going this hard, and then she's probably been in an abusive relationship, and she had been where she think hitting me shows me that you love me.
Okay.
I was talking to Bat.
Okay.
And he was saying like, he don't whoop his daughters. He's like, and I'm like, men, but what he said was, I don't want my daughters to think that men should be putting their hands on you, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I get it now.
Baby girl benefited from that more than the older two from me, though.
But I get it, and this is why the 2-parent household is important. The mama whooped the girls, and then the mama whooped the boys and the girls.
Who whooped the boys? I think the dad.
But I'm just saying, like, because
we get them together.
Yeah, but
I'm Papa, so I don't really do a lot of whooping.
But so
I'd have more conversation, and I always had more conversations than whoopings, because that's how I was raised. I didn't get a lot of whoopings. And my dad would lecture me for hours
before,
and you know what I mean. And I appreciated it. Now, you know, at the time, so I tell you this: the way he used to talk to me. And how he would get me to think about my actions. I'd be like, dang, man, I should have got
it. Make you feel bad.
He should have just whooped me.
And got it over with.
I should have not get it over with, but like I just know I was wrong, and I do deserve a whooping. So I appreciated the grace.
Yeah.
Because after I reflect on what I did, it's like, you know what? Yeah, I should have got it for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he didn't give it to me. He helped me think about it and consider. He wouldn't accept when I say I don't know why you did that. I don't know. Okay, well, we finna sit here. We finna sit here and we gonna get to the bottom of this.
But that was a great benefit for you.
Oh man, amazing!
Because you get to you get conflict resolution.
Yeah,
right. You get to be able to explore, and you get in tune with yourself.
Yes,
what make you tick, not tick, and all this other stuff, and then you can really, because a lot of times people make these decisions. And they're irrational, and they don't know why they make it.
They don't even think about what it was, and he would press me like, "Okay, well, what was you thinking? Like, just go back to when you was about to make that decision.
What made you press go?"
Yeah, exactly. And then I think about it. Well, I was thinking da 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 da, and he was like, "Okay, well, that's can you see how that was?" I mean, he was a master. Now that I'm just sitting here talking about it, my father was a master, man. Like Yoda and Sensei and all of them. Guys,
they had nothing on him.
Nothing on my father, man, and I'm really grateful for him for that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so to this person who's writing this letter, I think I'm with you, Kiana. Maybe it says girlfriend. Been together over a year. Don't mention children.
Yeah.
So there's not like a whole lot of connection.
It's hard to. So I don't care. It's hard to leave any relationship.
That makes it a little easier though. You're not married. You don't have children.
It does.
Right, I mean those are some of usually the biggest considerations. Like,
but people think that is.
Think what?
Like they say, like, so you know how like it'd be like you ain't married, you ain't got children, you can still have bills together, you can still have,
I hear that.
People still build lives around each other when you're in a relationship. And people think that the only thing, the big top things that keep you together is marriage and children.
Yeah, but now you got that's true, because when you move in together, you got bills together, you got
so but people don't, you ain't got no kids from them. You could walk away. It's still not that easy.
I appreciate that. That's definitely something I didn't really think with.
Yeah,
but you're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, because if you living together, even though you don't have kids and you're not married, there's certain connections that you have and things that make it a little more difficult to be like, okay, I'm just out of here. Yeah.
And I'm.
What y'all say, man? Y'all engage. Put it in the chat. What you think this brother
you want
should
me
do?
to tell you?
This is a brother. This is Ask Kiana, brought to you by OCGC.coop. And we're talking about a man who's saying his girlfriend says he's soft because he won't hit her back. She pushes his buttons. She calls him out of his name, says she's verbally abusive, even physically violent. She yells, hits him, throws things. And he was raised to not hit women, so he won't hit her back. But he's like at a point where he doesn't know what to do because he feels disrespected.
And I'm going to say this, and people might not agree with. Everybody needs consequences for the actions.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless, they do. Right? I don't care. Like,
that's what came up for me. Call your sister. Tell your sister come see her.
And I'm not saying but
I can't hit you, but I got a cousin with a bonnet
but
on.
Remember how I say the things that you tolerate at the beginning becomes the things that you can no longer tolerate at the end.
Okay.
Right? Yep. And this is a pure example of how you let stuff slide.
Okay.
Like,
he said that the first things was cool.
It's always
but now
cool.
She's becoming controlling.
Yeah, it's always cool at the beginning.
It's the springtime. Yeah.
No, first of all,
come on, let's go on a date. Damn.
Yeah. I'm gonna just let you know I'm gonna punch you in your eyes 3 months from now.
I'm gonna be choking.
Okay. Nobody starts off with that.
You don't lead with that. No, that's true.
I'm Mr. Prince Charming.
Yeah.
I'm the Mrs.
Mrs. Princess
Charming.
Yeah,
you all of that.
Right.
And then you say all the things that you don't want, and then you do all the things that is typically, right?
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah.
So yeah, I mean, honestly, I
What
wish
you telling me? Just run?
I think that you need a timeout.
Okay.
I can't really. It's really hard because I also believe any two people can work out anything.
Okay.
But you got to have a willing participant on both ends.
Right.
Because I want to be, my mama, everybody think like my friends, they be like, girl, you live in la la land. You know?
No, but I think you can. That's we talked about that earlier when we talk about communication and, working through things. Like you can work out anything.
Yeah, you really can. But you got to have willing participants.
Yeah. And yeah, that's it. I think that's period, not a but, and if, and, or but to be added to that. And so, yeah, thank you for the letter. Thank you for engaging, and y'all put it in the comments. Let us know what you think this brother should do. Should he leave? Should he try to work it out? How should he handle being emotionally, verbally, and physically abused by his woman? Because that's the other thing too. I think it was a great point. He said that a lot of times men who deal with this are not able to talk about it without being dismissed or, being mocked or laughed at, saying, bro, you crazy. Like, thinking that he is soft because he won't fight back. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Let me take a couple of these comments. We
Go
got
ahead.
some comments on some of the earlier topics. Ms. Teresa, thank you again for all that you do. Ms. Teresa we were talking about the summer bills that are coming up. And Ms. Teresa said, my thermostat is set at 77 degrees during the day, 74 at night. Plus, I had load management device installed years ago, which allows Duke to cut off my hot water heater and AC during peak usage time for a few minutes. I also allowed Progress Energy to install more insulation in the attic over a decade ago, and my power bill is never over $200. God bless you. And
usually mine's are like my power is usually like under 200. Typically.
And she says, as for the installation of the underground utilities in the public right of way along the curb, technically it belongs to the city. Technically it belongs to the city. But but they parking in my yard though, Miss Teresa. And I know where my yard started and where the city stuff is. But definitely I appreciate the comments. we was talking about caregivers earlier and people being in the caregiving business.
Pause. What? So she's saying like where they put the
paint and the stuff and with this underground, like they had to come on your property because they're installing new meters and coming up there.
And they going under, and that is in the property. Like you like
that ain't right. Yeah, you had. I told you they was on my porch.
So listen, I'm gonna give myself now. I'm 4'11", but I put on shoes like I'm 5 foot.
Okay.
So I get if I sit in my grass from the corner, they don't get 5 feet of my yard.
That's a lot.
The digging and all that other stuff is past me.
Okay, yeah.
So you in the middle of my yard.
Yeah.
No, this is just disrespectful. They just do what they want to do because who gonna check? Like who gonna check me, boo?
Yeah.
Like
and they're not Duke employees. They like contractors of Duke. That's what make it worse too. Like it's Pike or somebody. It don't say Duke on the truck. It say somebody.
Even the city when they come in there, like who really gonna like they come in there? They gonna do it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What I told them dudes,
pass 5 feet.
I'm like, don't come on my porch without ringing my doorbell. Like you tripping.
But you can't even get in my backyard.
Yeah. so talking about caregivers, UB said, don't get in the care business if you don't care. I totally agree. And then we were talking about the brother who is dealing with his girlfriend being abusive. He said you have to check the disrespect or is treated as acceptance.
Yep.
And then fighting back doesn't always have to be physical.
Nope.
Okay. So there's ways that you can fight back without being physical.
And this is when I say everything needs consequences for the action.
Yeah.
That could be access to you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That could be when relationships is the only thing that people feel like they don't have to sometimes pour back. Like, so, okay, how I want to frame this.
Okay.
When you go to work, right? You clock in at the end of the week, you want your paycheck.
Sure.
Because you did your job.
Yeah.
So when I'm in a relationship, if I'm loyal and I'm doing all that, I want in return for you to give me loyalty back.
Right.
You know what I mean? If I'm respectful for you,
I respect that in return.
I want to
expect that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So relationships is when you look at it where people think they can get everything and not get back in. You know? And you see this a lot. This is why we have a lot of relationships conversations. How can I get this? How can because somebody if you with somebody who's
exchange is what they would call it, like
is a taker and don't want to pour back in you, then your well runs dry. But that same person will go to work hard, and expect that paycheck at the end. And if they both said, nah, and then
not this week.
Yeah, you good.
Yeah. Yeah. That one was on you. I got you next week. I'm sorry. I apologize. But you ain't getting paid this week. You still want some type of recompense.
Right. So in exchange of my loyalty, I want loyalty from you.
That's true. And in exchange for the peace and harmony, I don't want abuse and chaos. Yeah.
And again, I don't think you argue to be heard and not to be hurtful.
Yeah.
And people miss that in conversations and in arguments. And this is one reason why I try not to have these deep conversations or these arguments when I'm heated, because people push your buttons and they do stuff and then you pop and you be like, oh, I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
And you can apologize, but you can't erase what happened.
Yeah, because I experienced that a lot because I'm quick with it. And so, I'd be like, oh, you know what? Yeah, I shouldn't have said.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's already said.
Yeah.
It's already said. And sometimes it needs to be said.
Ooh. No, this is good. I'm going to tell you what's coming up for me because it's bringing back. So we earlier, if you missed it, our Would You Rather question for the day is would you rather never have an argument, or would you make up quickly after every disagreement? And just thinking about this thing with like disagreeing and then being disagreeable, right? Man, it's so much. I lost the thought that I had, but it was a good one. Trust me. So for those who are listening, you're listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club right here on 99 Jams, WUJM 99.1 on your FM dial. You can support 99 Jams by going to www.99jamstheberg and hit that donate button. And we always appreciate the love and support that you give us. Trump pardons Larry Hoover. Did you see that one?
BS.
Yeah, call it.
I'm sick. I'm tired of people playing in people's face.
Come on,
you know what? Don't do something and then it ain't really a gift.
Yeah,
like Larry Hoover, he was all right where he was at. He don't want to go to the state.
Yeah,
listen, leave him in the fast. That's like the motel versus the hotel.
Okay, Holiday Inn.
Right? No, I don't want to go to the motel.
Yeah,
keep me at the hotel.
Yeah, please.
Right? The hotel is the feds because they usually got money, right? You know, they get the people with money, so you treat it a little bit better. The
conditions
the
facilities
are like, don't send me down there to the motel where
and call it a favor. So on May 28th, President Donald Trump commuted the federal life sentence of Larry Hoover. He was the founder of the Gangster Disciples gang, they call it. Hoover was incarcerated since 1997 for drug conspiracy and extortion. He remains in prison due to a separate 200-year sentence for the Illinois murder, which he was convicted, and the presidential pardon does not affect the state charges. And so he was pardoned for his federal offenses.
But see, this is how dumb Trump
200
is.
years in state prison.
That's Trump, dumb and don't.
It ain't dumb. He know what he doing.
I
want to make it look like I'm doing something. I want to make it look like I'm helping black people.
No, I think he really thought that he could do that. Right? I don't think like.
You think he thought that Larry Hoover was gonna go home after he pardoned him? I don't think.
I do.
He got people around him that could tell him, this ain't how this finna go, right?
Yeah, no, I don't. If they don't care.
Somebody had to tell Trump that man finna go to the state because he got a 200-year sentence. They don't think he's finna walk free.
They might have, but they ain't told him. And then Trump think he got all this power. I figured, don't worry about it. I'm the president. Trump just doing whatever he want to do anyway.
Maybe he was thinking that he could do that, and then it would influence the governor of the state to do something. But he gotta know the extent of his power. I gotta give him.
Do you know? I don't even think he really know how to spell Trump.
Well, in other news,
but no,
you're right.
But this is the thing: is if people like. Yeah, no.
So what do y'all think? What do you think are the implications of commuting federal sentences when state sentences still apply? Like, what's the point of that? Because Biden was doing that too. Biden was commuting some federal sentences for people who still had state charges, and so they would release them from the Fed, send them back to the state. Yeah.
Oh, but some people, people get pardoned all the time.
Yeah, that's true. And so Larry Hoover was pardoned. It's kind of hard to even say. Should we be like congratulating or like this is hard to celebrate because this man is never really coming home unless something happens in the state of Illinois, and them states usually be harder to get a commutation or a pardon or anything.
Maybe Trump and the governor I don't know who the governor of Illinois is.
Okay, gotcha.
They might be partners.
Gotcha.
They might be partners.
I hear that.
So we might hear the pardon come from him too.
Okay. So maybe on the way. Stay tuned.
Let's stay tuned.
Stay tuned. There might be something more to that. I saw that the CDC has updated the COVID vaccine recommendations. Trigger warning. This is a trigger warning, y'all, because a lot of people, this is a hot button for a lot of people, and we understand that. On May 27, 2025, the CDC announced that it no longer recommends COVID-19 vaccinations for healthy children and pregnant women. They're citing the lack of clinical data, they said. This decision has sparked criticism from health experts who are concerned about increased risk for these groups and the potential impacts of vaccine accessibility. But he was saying the data doesn't support the need for children and pregnant women to be vaccinated. How might this change? How might this policy change or affect public health outcomes? What you think?
If you don't got nothing good to say,
you gotta look at that camera. Look at that one. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all.
Don't say nothing.
Okay.
Say nothing. Again, there they go playing in our face.
Okay.
They just playing in our face.
Yeah. Well, that was something that the new administrator, I don't know what his proper title is, Robert Kennedy, who's over the Department of Health. He was always a vaccine skeptic or anti-vaxxer, as they call him, and he never really was supportive of that. And so, now he's in a position to do something about it, and that's what he did. He was like,
that's a good. I guess not for like I like the fact that you're not forcing it on people.
Yeah.
Right. Honestly, this vaccine done harmed a lot of people.
Yeah, that's true.
And
you can't argue that. Like, there's facts and there's data that support
what you
just said.
And so and I'll be truly honest, it's a sore subject for me. Y'all know my brother died from COVID.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he was vaccinated, fully vaccinated. He did exactly what
followed all of the guidance and
and did everything. And it was supposed to, help him do all this other stuff. And it did the opposite.
Yeah.
And I know that
I see that too. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know everything is not perfect. And then I've seen a lot of people also who have took it, and you see healthy people having heart problems. They're getting problems that they shouldn't have. They joints are hurting. They doing stuff and they can't figure out why. And the one thing that these people have in common, they was forced to have.
That happened to my
COVID
neighbor.
shot.
My neighbor, he told me, he stood in my yard and he told me, he was like, man, after I got that shot, man, I done had and you look at him now, he looked like he's 20 years older than he was 5 years ago, because of the downward spiral that he had. And he directly connected his sickness and his illness to the time after he got the COVID vaccine. And so again, as we always said, and we continue to say, man, you got to do what's best, what you think is best for you and your family. And time will tell. And that's where we 5 years after it now. And there's data that's coming out and information that's being presented that say, hey, maybe a lot of that hype and fear was hype and fear.
That's what, and I understand. I'm going to say that they did all that intentional, because people be trying to say, you never know, like, oh, this work, because they trying to make sure everybody's good. So I'm not one of the people that's saying like, but I'm also not one of the people that think they all good either.
Right.
Like it's somebody evil behind them too.
Take the good with the bad.
Right. It goes in hand in hand. So I really want to start more and more to live this holistic lifestyle. Okay. Right.
Starting our.
That's why I'm going in there. So I really want to do like, I'm looking up like different herbs to get parasites out your body.
Okay.
You know, stuff that cleans your blood naturally that you'll take and kind of detox and do a reset with your body. Okay. So I'm really
let me know what you find.
Yeah, I will, you know, and that's what I'm on right now.
I'm in that space too. It's healthy living, but it's lifestyle choices, because a lot of times it becomes these, you know, quick fixes, you know.
No, I don't care about the quick fix. I want a long term, something that I can sustain over a lifetime. Right, I don't want to restrict everything right now.
Oh yeah, and you cut out everything and then it's not sustainable. It's continue. Not. I want to talk about this real quick before we go. Let's talk about flooding in Charles Park in Kingston.
But before you do that, I'm sorry, because we got our challenge coming up.
Yes.
That's before, because we was talking about it, and then we'll go to so details will be out on Monday.
Yes.
Whoever wants to join us.
Okay.
Right.
We're gonna do it together.
Because it was the would you rather.
Yeah.
What was it?
No fried food for a week or no sugar for 30 days.
And so we're doing all of it for 30 days.
Yeah.
No fried
food. We're gonna do both.
We're gonna do both.
No fried food for a week and then no sugar for 30 days.
Right. And I might extend that fried food a little bit longer.
Okay.
Like I might. Good. Yeah. But we're gonna.
And I sent you the note yesterday because I was warming up some fried food. That's why I sent you the note. I'm like, are you ready for this challenge? Because I'm literally warming up. So I'm like, okay, next week we ain't gonna be able to do this.
But it's okay. Girl up,
thanks. And then in your response was like, that's how I felt when I pulled it out. Like, next week you gotta go. So real quick, while we got a few minutes, I want to talk about flooding in Charles Park. So tomorrow, Resilient St. Pete Residents Task Force will be hitting the streets in Charles Park. We're going to meet at the Charles Park Rec Center at 9 a.m. And the goal is for us to listen, learn, and collect real life experiences from residents who are dealing with flooding in their neighborhoods, especially after the damage of Hurricane Helene last year. Even areas that were not historically known for flooding are now seeing standing water and overwhelming drains. And the storm impacts absolutely demand solutions. And so Charles Park and Kingston I think it's the last stop on this city tour, because residents have raised important concerns about overflowing drains, backed up streets and yards after drains, loss of green space, and making flooding worse. And so if you're available tomorrow, you can join the tour. Meet us at the Charles Park Rec Center at 9 a.m. And then we're going to get on the bus. We got like a van, 15 passenger van. And we're going to ride through the neighborhood talking to residents about their experiences with flooding. So I just wanted to get that in while we had a couple minutes.
Okay, Miss Teresa.
Yes, Miss Teresa, what she got? Miss Teresa says, I've gotten the COVID vaccine and every single booster since, and I've never gotten COVID, nor has my health been negatively affected. It really depends on people's underlying health conditions and how their body responds. At 71 years old, I've had more vaccines since childhood than I can count. And I'm thankful for being alive through the grace of God. I unite with that thankful for being alive.
Right. And you know what? Everybody's body is different, right?
Oh, my wife says she's in on the challenge too.
I know she is. I saw it.
Right on.
But you know what? On the opposite side, Miss Teresa, is that I've never gotten vaccinated, and I also never had COVID.
Same.
And I got tested quite often because I work in a population that
requires you to make sure that you're good.
And I was tested quite everybody around me got COVID, and my body just
I was the same way. Like I haven't had the shot. I never got a flu shot. Never had the flu. You know what I mean?
And I've never had a flu shot either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so
you're right. That's why I say I unite with that part. When she says it's up to your body. It's all about the individual. And that's why we consistently say you have to make decisions that you believe is in the best interest of you and your family. What we're sharing is our perspective and our experience,
but it ain't law.
Yeah,
it ain't law.
Definitely not law.
I'm not forcing nobody to do nothing that they don't want to do.
Or do something that I'm doing.
Right.
Right.
And with that being said, we got 1 minute. What's your final thought?
My final thoughts is live your life to the fullest. Be grateful, be thankful, be thoughtful. And there's more that needs to be done and needs to be said.
Be the change you want to be. Stop playing in people's face.
Please.
And thank you.
Yes.
Like I said, people know when they say something and what their intentions is. I mean, you got to stop volunteering lies that you know you lying about.
Okay.
Especially when you don't ask for.
Okay.
When people don't ask for, don't say no lies.
Yeah, don't offer up no lies. You don't have to lie to kick it. That's what they say. You ain't gotta lie, Craig.
Well, maybe you might not kick it, but still don't lie. All right, but with that being said, stay tuned for Sister Hugh.
Make you lose your shoes and shout out around the house. This has been the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
This is Kiana.
And we out.